Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our horizontal planners for the next week in November. And I've got this washi tape here ready to go, as well as this scrapbook paper I may use and these sticker books which I'll pull from. So this is the third week of the November Plannable Challenge, and this week's theme is Mad for Plaid. So if you'd like to participate, go ahead and post your spreads up on Instagram using the hashtag PlannableNovember2021. We'd love to see what you come up with. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper so I can get things started. And this week I really wanted to use some of the plaid that I saw in this Holiday Spice sticker book I picked up from Michael's a few weeks ago. Really like this sticker book for this kind of crossover period between like Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's got those like fall feels, but then there's some Christmas items in there that I think will really work for both seasons. So I'm going to use a few of the stickers from here and try to bring in that plaid feel for this week. Originally I'm thinking I'm going to use this green and red plaid sticker strip like a washi tape, so I'm just cutting it in half so I can have a little bit more to work with here. And I did a kind of crappy job with the cutting, so it totally stuck together. It didn't actually separate like I wanted it to. So it took me a minute to peel those two apart. And now I am looking through the book and just pulling out anything else I think I want to use on the spread so I can get a feel for what I have to work with and the color scheme. I really thought I was going to use more of this green and red pattern, but as I started pulling out the items that had that color scheme, I really felt like it was leaning a little too much towards the Christmas colors. So I am going to pull everything out, but then I'm going to make some adjustments and probably get rid of the red and green at some point once I kind of figure that out. Unfortunately, I really didn't have as much plaid as I thought I did in this sticker book. The green and the red was really the main thing that caught my eye, so I thought that was going to be the highlight of the week. But then as I started to pull it all together, I realized that the green and red was not going to work. So I'm just going to flip through and see what else I have and if there's anything else in the other books that I had pulled with a plaid theme. I even went through a lot of my scrapbook papers that I have, and most of those are Christmas themed, and so anything that had a plaid also had more of a Christmas feel. So that was kind of like meh. I didn't really want it to be a Christmas theme so early in the season. So I'm just going to, like I said, make those adjustments and see what I can work with here without using the green and the red. That means I'm pretty much limited here with this brown and orange tone. So I'm going to go ahead and look into my washi stash and see if I can find anything else complementary to work with it, along with this burnt red color down at the bottom in that square sticker. So since I'm limited here, I will be cutting these guys up into pieces so that I can make them go a little bit farther than they would on their own. And I cleaned my cutter, so hopefully this should cut a little bit better than it did before on that green and red plaid one. So the idea this week was to do mostly strips of plaid washi or plaid sticker strips and make that the decor piece. Like I said, I was a little bit limited as far as plaid. I really didn't have a lot of plaid washi either to work with, so we're just gonna make do with the plaid strips I have here, which isn't really a true plaid. I mean, it is, but it's a pretty simple plaid. And then I'm gonna just pull in the color scheme using the washi I have in my stash. I'm going to bring in some of this plain craft brown washi as well, give some variety. And then maybe some of this gold, since there is some gold accents in the sticker that I pulled there in the corner. And I need to trim it off a bit because there's a little bit of excess that I didn't want to have showing there on the page. And we'll use that where I can fit it in. This would be a really good layout for just washi alone. If you have a good washi stash, I bet you can make some really cute designs just using strips of washi cut in various sizes and staggered like you'll see me do here. And here I'm just trying to get a feel for how it might all lay out on the spread. Again, thinking about now where my checklists are going to go and my focus boxes, so I have enough space to get everything in functionally as well as make it look pretty. So I pulled this leaf scrapbook paper that I got a few years ago that I used, I think, for a fall bucket list last year. I believe this came from Hobby Lobby, so they might still have it if you really like this sheet. But what I decided to do is just kind of cut some circles out of it and use that as a little bit of a highlight on the spread. I'm also going through the book now and just seeing what else I have to play with, and if there's anything else I feel like has a plaid feel that we can bring in. I feel like this week I tried to get those plaid feels going, but it just didn't work out as strongly as I'd hoped. I really had wished I had more plaid in my stash, but I didn't want to just go out and buy stuff to make this spread work. So we will just make do with what we have and try to make a cute spread, even though it's a little bit light on the theme this week. And now I'm in the seasonal fall sticker book that just recently came out. I thought maybe I could pull in some leaves as well for some added texture. But then I ended up not really liking the feels of that for some reason. So put that back and see what else we have in here. And I thought these little circles might work just as little clusters together with the washi strips and the sticker strips, and then the 3 circles. 3, again, seems to just make things look a little bit better, so clustering it into 3 I think helped make it more of a design piece with those cutout circles that I had made from the scrapbook paper. Now just again seeing if there's anything else I feel like I can bring in, but I'm not really loving anything else. I think I'm going to make a few little adjustments here, see what all we can add in, and if we want to keep that gingerbread square sticker. But I changed my mind on that as well. It seemed not to really fit with everything once I had put it in, so I'm going to save that for another spread. And okay, I think we're getting somewhere. I think those main clusters really help to bring in a decor feel. But I thought it'd be nice to have at least a little bit of a quote here to finish things out. And since I would say this weekend is the start of the holiday season, since Thanksgiving is next week, and I'm guessing that most of you will be either traveling or having family come in, so that's kind of like where things start to kick off for the holiday season. So I'm going to put that there at the bottom and add that as an extra decor piece. Again, really kind of scrounging for items that I think work for this plaid theme, but also go together with everything else that I've got on the spread. And tried some of those oranges there, but they didn't really work. Felt like they draw too much attention. I did like this branch, but again, I kind of feel like I have almost like a modern feel going with the strips down and circles, the plain circles. So we're going to stick with that, I think, and kind of maybe keep it a little bit more simplified. Thought maybe something in this corner would be nice, but I just think we're just going to leave it as is and go ahead and lay these things down on the sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the corners, and I pulled those stickers out from the Holiday Spice sticker book, if I didn't mention that before. So I thought that added just a little bit of extra detail to the spread. I'm going to white out the lines behind the season's greetings to try to make it look a little cleaner down here. And I'm using a Sakura white tipped jelly roll pen, and that works really great on those fine lines for whiting things out. Trying to figure out exactly where I want these strips to be on the spread. I think I'm going to hand place them so I can get them a little bit closer together and a little bit more consistent. So we will just move those over one by one, try to get the heights and things all set up. And then behind those washi strips, I will be using a little bit of that white pen as well, just on the darker lines, so it's not so stark a contrast behind the semi-transparent washi. I'm also going to use my Tombow glue runner to stick down that craft paper along with the stickers so it adheres a little bit better to the spread itself. I'll go ahead and finish moving in those corners as well. And like I said, I will hand move these guys over. I was going to try to roll them off, but again, I think that I need to hand place them so I know exactly where they're going to go and how much space they need between each other. I did go ahead and white out before I started on this washi tape. That was kind of a little bit of a help. And we'll do the same on any other washi tape strips I can as I go through. This color scheme is a little bit unusual for me. I don't tend to lean towards like brown tones. I would feel this is almost like, I don't know, almost 70s brown tones. But I do like the idea of this. Just wishing I had more washi or plaid strips at my disposal and different colors. But if you have some really nice washi, like I said, or even stickers with a plaid strip feel, this could really be super cute in a different color scheme. I like the way it turned out in the end. However, the color scheme is not my normal go-to. I tend to like things to be a little bit more bright and a little more fun. So this will be an interesting week. See if it affects my emotional state. Sometimes I get affected by the colors on my spread. Sometimes they're energizing and sometimes they're really not. So we'll see how this week goes. I'm going to go ahead and try to pre-space these guys out before I move them over, and then just use that roll-off technique to get them onto the sheet. And that worked out pretty good. I need to white out behind these, which I kind of forgot about, so let's do that real quick and get the bottom as well where they're going to touch the line. And just straightening this guy out, and I will trim it off. And you can kind of see the triangular pattern of the spread itself on the design. And again, that's another tip. If you are new to designing your spreads, trying to create clusters in a triangular relationship 1, 2, 3 really will help make your design pop a little bit more. Okay, I think I've got a majority of the stuff in. Let me see if I can bring in any of these scraps to kind of add a little extra pizzazz to some of these. And I like that, adding a little bit more of that orange spread around. And I thought maybe I would do my checklist boxes in highlighters. I wanted to test it first and see what it looked like. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a sheet of paper and just see what the colors are. And in the end, I decided just to go with this gold Uniball pen. So with some gold ink, and I'll add those in. I'm going to go ahead and go through one last time, see if there's anything else I can add to this top part of the spread, kind of finish things out, because I just feel like it's a little bit empty up here. And like this red banner, so let me see if this is the final. And once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!